my name is Victor.
I'm Zach.
Anthony.
You're not even in the fucking
I'm trying.
Alright, who wants to start it off? I'll start it off. Alright, what should students be aware of before beginning the course? What advice would you offer them? I would say to be prepared. I'd say look at the syllabus before coming into class. I'd also say try to figure out who's in the class, because if you have people in the class like friends, I think that would be a great help. You know, you get homework done with each other. I'd say the most important thing is take notes and actually pay attention to the course readings.
One thing I thought of, make sure you go to every class, because in a 3-week class, it's basically just a 12-week course condensed into 3 weeks. So if you miss one day of class, you're going to miss a week or more worth of assignments and knowledge. So.
Well, what I would say about it is they pretty much covered the basis of it, but like another thing is to like stay on top of the work that you're assigned, because if you get behind in a 3-week, it's a lot of work you have to make up within, like he said, it's a week. Basically, if you miss a day, it's like missing a week. So if you're behind on one assignment, you're basically missing like 4 by then, because it's just like the snowball effect. It just keeps, the ball keeps rolling down the hill.
Yeah. What about this class do you believe is the most important that these new students should focus on and make the most of? Are you talking about like the 3-week or just class specifically?
This class.
I would say when you go into the new schools that you guys travel to, I'd say take it in and figure out what you want to do as a teacher or coach, and like really get a feel for what you're going to be doing after you graduate college. I'd also say try to ask teacher questions about, like, you could ask them about like salary, they get paid, like what they take off, like what are the benefits. Yeah, that's what I would say most, really, because that's what you're going to be working on for the rest of your life if that's what you choose. So might as well learn a little bit about it.
Yeah, you basically said everything. Just make sure you take everything in. Obviously, with this class, you go to 4 different types of schools, and each environment is going to be completely different. So just try to weigh like pros and cons of each type of school. Try to differentiate between the two and see which school works best for you and how you operate.
What I believe is most important also would be like going on the visits, because that's really where you're going to see if you want to like go into educational field, or maybe you're leaning more towards coaching or anything toward maybe I think we have one student that's going into like medical stuff, and she's going to teach like medical, like nurses and stuff, which I thought was pretty cool. But that's just a few important things you gotta like know is like they said, when you go on the visit, like be attentive. Don't just go there and be just there. You want to like be involved with what they're doing, like the activities that they're doing while they're there, and kind of like actually like listen and watch how these teachers teach, because you can actually pick a few things up when you're teaching from these teachers.
The third question asks, how can students be successful in this course? I'd say first thing, just because I'm an example of it, I would say don't miss class, because I came in a little late and they were talking about some things and I had no idea what they were talking about. So when it came to homework, I was lost. So I definitely say show up to every class, because it's 3 weeks, how they were talking about it before. So I mean, I know it seems like a long time for the semester, but you know, when you get to the end, you kind of want to just get it done and show up every day for class.
Just make sure you read syllabus. Obviously, he has a paper that fills out everything that needs to be due before class. Just make sure you get all that stuff done. The quicker you get that done, the quicker you can worry about other stuff for the rest of the day, whether it be going working out, hanging with friends, playing Xbox, whatever. Just make sure you get your stuff done.
Yeah, like this question kind of like reverts back to the first question, I think, because it's basically saying like the same stuff. Like you show up to class, be attentive in class, be on top of your work, because in a 3 week, like we said earlier, if you miss a day, it's like missing a week. So it's just like knowing like being more organized than you are in your 12 week, because your 12 week you have time to make stuff up. In this class you don't have time for that. And like when we go on the visits, don't miss the visits. You can't like miss a visit because you can't make the visits up, and you need the visits to pass the class.
Was that it for
Yeah.
your part? The fourth question asks, now that you're at the end, what is something you wish you knew before you began? I'd say don't take it for granted. I got to go to my first visit and I really enjoyed being out there, and I kind of regret missing the first visit. I'd say just take it in, be in the moment and be present. Because if you're not there, like, you're gonna kind of regret going through the motion when you're kind of done with this class or when you graduate.
One thing I wish I knew was how, like you said, how entertaining the visits can be. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to be a coach, strength conditioning football coach. I took this because it was part of my, like, Carmen Hiram Core, but I've really enjoyed it so far. I've really enjoyed the visits, meeting different kids, talking to them, their experiences through everything, the teachers, their different stories, and just seeing how they got to the point where they are now.
One of the things I wish I knew was gonna be like how many assignments we were gonna do like in class like that day, because he actually has it structured very well. I mean, sometimes we're a little like off timing with it, but that happens. But I mean, you're in the same class for 4 hours, so it's kind of like gets a bit like boring after a while. And he always makes sure, like, another thing I wish I knew was like how he planned on like giving us a break, because every 3 week I've had like at least like a 20-minute break. I don't know about you guys, if you guys have those like all the 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure they have to give you like a break.
Yeah.
But like how he like handled it, and like how we do like on Thursdays where we have like the last day of the week where we have like the team building thing. Like I thought like those were like things I wish I knew going into the course, because I may have been more excited about the course, or maybe even drawn away from the course. I don't know, like just certain things like you just have to experience it to like kind of like get the knowledge of it rather than like being told what it is before.
For the last question, how has this course helped you grow as a person, educator, and your preparation for your future career? After going to the first visit, I now know I don't want to be a teacher or a coach in an elementary. I got that out the way, so that helped. My goal is to be a high school coach, and I'm glad I got to see these experiences and now kind of know what I want for sure.
It helped me out as a person, just helping out with my like social skills, talking to other people, getting their ideas and putting it onto like whether it be PowerPoints or just a paper they would read, or letters, or whatever it may be. Educator, again, trying to be a coach, just this different ideas that he gives you throughout the class, the stuff that you read, talking about racial inequality, gender equality, sexual orientation, all that different stuff. It's all gonna mesh together in the end once you finally get to your job, your profession, whether it be as a teacher or coach or whatever. You're gonna need to you're gonna remember all this stuff that you learned and make sure you apply it to everything.
Man, I think this course is kind of like it's like helped me like find like certain things about certain cultures that I needed to know like before I go into my field. Like I want to be a collegiate coach and maybe even a high school coach and maybe teach in high school. So like once you get to that age, like it kind of like this class kind of like breaks down like the different age groups and like what you might expect to see like as like situations that'll pop up, and like we have like videos and stuff that we look at in class to see like how certain high schools are, and like we had one like how basically teaching us how to be a good teacher. He had a TED talk about that the other day, and like I think that's like those are like main things that I think helped me better as like a person and as a teacher here, and also getting to talk to new people that I really didn't know before, with like all the projects and group work we do, which I thought was pretty cool.
Good.